It's been a minute since we've done a real down and dirty Silhouette Studio tutorial. So today, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna cover the topic of compound paths. We're gonna talk about what they are, why you wanna use them, how they compare to other Modify tools, and all sorts of good stuff. So without any further ado, let's jump into Silhouette Studio and get talking about those compound paths. Okay. The first thing I'm gonna do is come over here and we're gonna draw out a donut. And I'm just gonna give this a fill color. And I'm gonna go ahead and draw out another one that'll be the center. And I'm going to give this one a different color just so you can see really well what's going on. We're gonna center this up here. And then I'm going to use the Alt, click and drag a copy to the side. Okay, so let's pull open our Modify panel here, and you'll see I'm in version 5 of Silhouette Studio. Still trying to get used to where things are. So here's my Modify panel. I'll bring that down here. And for this one here, we're going to go ahead and just hit Make Compound Path. You can see on your Modify panel, you've got the section here, you can make a compound path and you can release a compound path. So we're gonna go ahead and make. And you can see what it did was it went ahead and took that green circle away, and now we have this complex shape that is what we would consider a donut. But we could do that in other ways too. So another way we could do that same thing we'll do with this one, and that's with the subtract. So we can go ahead and just subtract, and look at that, we got the same results. So what the heck's the difference? The difference really comes into play when you're thinking about the structure of your design. So making this a compound path, we're gonna think of a compound path as an invisibility cloak. So if I go ahead and now release this compound path, that circle has come back, but notice that now it has changed colors because it is part of this donut, so it is now brown. Whereas for subtract, there's no way to release your subtract. We'd have to go find the undo button. So we're gonna have to back up a few steps here to undo. And then it'll keep those as separate chunks, and it'll go ahead and keep the different colors the same because we took two shapes here and cut one out of the other. So think of subtract like a pair of scissors. I cut this out, whereas here with my compound path, I put my cloaking device over the center here, and I have made that centerpiece invisible. Yes, I'm trying to do some Harry Potter references here in case you didn't catch on. So that right there kind of explains the difference between subtract and compound path. So we're looking at here, we're cutting out a shape from another shape, and here we're throwing that invisibility cloak over the one shape that we want to get rid of, or you're masking it away. Why does this even matter? Again, it really comes into play more when you're designing things. The compound path is a less destructive way to design than using the subtract, because I can easily release and make back and forth. But if I want to subtract and unsubtract, it's an undo button. So that makes a big difference as you're designing and as you create, bigger, more important things. Well, the other time that it comes into play is when you're doing words. Today's video is brought to you by the Silhouette Crafter Personality Quiz. So what is your silhouette crafting personality? You can go ahead and scroll down this page. It's just 6 questions here. You'll answer this one and then it'll automatically load in the next one. It only takes a couple of minutes to complete. And then when you're all done, it's going to tell you what your crafting personality type is. And with that, I've got a lovely free gift for you to help you along your silhouette journey, along with some recommended offers that I think will really get you moving to the next level. So check out the Silhouette Crafters Personality Quiz. The link is right here, craftychristiescreations.com/quiz. Now let's get back to today's video. So right now this is my text. Let's go ahead and give this a fill color, and let's just make that bigger so we can see it. So right now we just have individual letters. We have a bounding box that's really far away. But now with this one, we can hit Make Compound Path. And do you see the only thing it did that time was it really brought that bounding box down and it shrunk it just around those letters. So let me back up. Oh, wrong button. Alt, click and drag a copy so I can show you the differences here. So again, this first one, we're just gonna leave it alone, and this one I'm gonna make a compound path. And when I select both of those, you see how this bounding box on our text is very large, whereas our bounding box on our compound path is very small. When you're using it with text, once I've made this a compound path, this is no longer editable text. This is now a design, it is a shape, and if I release my compound path, notice it's going to fill in those openings as well. So then you're like, well, what the heck? We can take that opening, and if you pull it away, it completely changes that shape. So Control Z to undo that. But now I can take this letter here and I can make that back into that compound path. And then I could do the same thing here. And when I do that, because I only made each letter its own compound path, now notice how my bounding box is now around each individual letter instead of around the whole group. And if I hit Make Compound Path, once again, that bounding box is now fully around all of my letters, making it one cohesive shape. Here we are still in text mode. So I can come up here and I can change the text that I'm on. I can grab a different one, but as soon as I make that compound path, notice I can no longer come up here and pick a different font because it is no longer a text. It is now a design. So compound path, we're going to think of that as our invisibility cloak, meaning it's taking shapes, or in the reference of text, it is taking letters and it's turning it into a complete shape. And it's putting that invisibility cloak over those centers of your letters, and then also over whatever piece that you want to cut out from your design. So compound path equals invisibility cloak, subtract equals scissors. So I know this was really quick, but I hope that helps you understand a little bit better about how to use a compound path and when you would want to do that. And before you leave, don't forget to take a moment and take that Silhouette Crafting Personality Quiz. You can do so over at craftychristiescreations.com/quiz. I'll see you over there.